about astrology. It's stupid. Hello, how are you? Welcome to Ask the Unicorn. We are doing some building and stuff, so we just thought we'd do the show from right here so you can see our glorious work faces. As you all know, I'm Ahura Z. Welcome to the show, and this is my wonderful Star Wars companion, Nirakazi.
Hi. Today is April 26, 2016, episode 80. Should we be looking up or should we
No, you should be looking at the camera right there because the camera is looking at you. Welcome to Ask the Unicorn. As I said earlier, I'm Ahura Z, and I will answer any kind of question pertaining to the metaphysical, the spiritual, the paranormal, or the mystical. However, there are two types of questions that I do not answer, and that is whether or not someone's going to die or whether or not someone's cheating on someone. If you want to know those questions, you should probably deal with the person that you're asking about. Okay? Beyond that, just about anything is fair game. I will not do free reading on this show. Although from time to time, I might give a person what seems like a spot reading just to clarify or to get them on their way in a certain path. Now, realize that my being a telepath doesn't mean that I walk around reading everybody's minds. So don't try to trick me with foolish questions like some of you do, like what's in my pocket, because I'll tell you your hand at the moment. So how about we keep the trickery out? And as far as people wanting evidence of psychism or things like that, you go see that old guy, James Randi. He likes that crap. You have to understand that when you're dealing with the metaphysical, the paranormal, the mystical, and the spiritual, there's always evidence in the fact that someone might know something about you or someone might know when to direct you in a certain path with or without knowing. It's just whether or not they have the gift or the foresight to see that. As a telepath, there are some rules that I do not break under any circumstances unless it is an emergency, and that is reading a person's mind to find out where they are. However, I have been known from time to time, if a thought is projected at me in the correct way, to say what the thought is. But as I said, if you have questions about these areas and you need some clarification, and right about now, I'm imagining that there are a lot of people that do need clarification based upon what I've seen in the ether, so to speak, of a lot of people just kind of waking up. This has happened several times before, but this particular time has got people a little nervous. Nay, get her.
She got excited and wanted to play. She can't get up
Sit
over
down.
here, so she's...
So you're going to feel a little nervous. There are a lot of planets that are doing some really funny things. One of the planets that is going to have a more of an effect on all of us is Mars being retrograde until about late August. That means that you're going to have to put forth a lot more force to keep yourself grounded and keep yourself on target. By on target, I mean if there are some goals and some things that you need to do, that you need to accomplish, you're going to have a bit of trouble doing it because of everything that's going on. But if you use a lot of focus, you'll be able to do it. And then by the time Mars goes direct, you'll have all of that focus to your credit, so to speak. So hang on, a little bit of a bumpy ride, but it'll be all right.
A little bit, huh?
All right. Now, before we get into the show, I'd like to give a shout out to all of my friends out there, or those people that I call professional friends. These are independent filmmakers, one of which I am. They're coming up with some great films. Paco Seth Roberts, Bill McLean, Alan Dillingham, to name a few. And they're coming out with some really, really great films, high quality films. And I'm among them, hoping to get Foul Care out this year. It looks like it's coming out just nicely, a little better than I expected, but it is coming out. I still have a couple of scenes to shoot, and after that, I've gotten myself out from under the mountain of footage. I've been doing a lot of editing, and I'm pleased with what it is that I have gotten so far. Now, so hello to all you wonderful filmmakers, and I hope you all are working very diligently to get all of this entertainment out there so we can have something other than the crap that's been put out. Okay. Now, that being said, welcome to the show. The unicorn is in. I'm listening.
Wow.
I've been watching Frasier.
You haven't? You've been watching Andromeda.
Oh, no, you don't know what I do during the day.
Yes, I do. I live with you.
No, it's a recap. I had to go in and check out some stuff. So I've adapted his phrase. I'm listening.
Mm-hmm. Natalia says, I already have natural abilities in Reiki, but I read I should be attuned. Is this a fact?
Okay.
What does that mean to be attuned?
Attuned merely means the true sense of the word, although there are a lot of yuppity people that yuppies and whatever you call these people, hipsters, you know, and people who are kind of hippie-ish that like to use that, new agey people that kind of like to throw that word attunement all around. Basically, it means you have permission. You know, you have the quote unquote energy to do that. Like when I teach people unicorn like healing, I give them their authorization. It's kind of like okay, you've learned all of this right now and you have my blessing. It's kind of like that, you know, although they'll love using fancy word attunement, you know, it's like it's supposed to be that you are now attuned to the vibration of Reiki.
Attuned to what?
That's what I'm saying. It's the vibration of Reiki. Now, Reiki is a very valid practice, although when people say that it should be used for healing, we kind of part ways on other people. Reiki, as I knew, was used to manipulate your energy in such a way that you could get healing, or manipulate your energy in such a way that you did not suffer from a harsh injury, or it would sustain you till you can get to a place that you can get healing. It comes in very, very handy. It can deliver energy to a place that's needed, although that's supposed to be within your body and not in other people. However, if people can use it in another way, that's fine. I got not much to say about that. I used to, and I just realized that people are going to do what they want to do regardless of what you tell them. So, but as far as that attunement thing, if you're going to say that you're practicing Reiki, based upon their standards, you do have to get an attunement. Kind of like a violin string, you know. Well, I'm sorry if it seems like I'm making fun of it. I'm not. I just, if a person has the gift of healing, what you're supposed to do is use that gift to help heal people. We have a whole lot of people that claim to be Reiki masters that have not mastered anything, that do not even know what the term master means. There's so many people out there that haven't yet learned to master putting food on their table, but they're calling themselves a Reiki master, or, you know, some master that's supposed to heal people. And I've had to fix a few people that went in for a Reiki session because this person wound up transferring their energy to them, and their energy is quite foul, you know, so the person wound up being worse off. You really need to be careful when you decide to jump on a bandwagon. Now, Natalia, I think that you already have the gift of healing, and Reiki isn't going to make it better. That's just what I think.
Yeah,
you know, if you already have the gift of healing, we talked about that. Reiki is, if you want to do what everyone else is doing, you know, you can't be a certified healer, and that's just the truth. But you can be a certified Reiki master or Reiki practitioner. You can. I mean, hell, I went through all of that just to see what it was about, and, you know, got my attunements and all of that good stuff. And, you know, I don't call myself a Reiki master because basically it was something that I've used since I was 5 years old, you know, and you just use the energy that is given to you to help heal people. You know how to do that. You know how to do that before you even heard of Reiki. But, okay, Reiki is a valid practice. I will say that much. So go ahead and get the attunement, and then you get your little certification, and then you can practice Reiki. And when you're ready to practice your healing, you can perhaps come to me and I'll teach you some unicorn light healing. And if you really need a certification, I will give that to you. Okay. Hope that helps you. Oh, by the way, I'll give you your attunement in advance. Once I teach you, you have the permission to teach. There. Should I draw a giraffe in the air?
Okay. Do we have some viewers watching that say hello? Shout out to Koanthra, Rebecca, Dave, and Mel. Say hello.
Hello. How you guys doing?
Vasu, Leanne, and
Vasu.
Stephanie, and Nadine.
Hello, hello, hello.
I'll say hello. Michelle.
Wait, and to Nadine, hello.
She says, greetings, greetings, hello, family, greetings. That's what she says. Leanne, Natalia, Stephanie, Michelle, Tabari, and Angie Chan.
Hello, Angie Chan.
Angie Chan.
Chan.
I almost said.
That's Angie Chan.
Yeah.
It is Chan.
Chan. I know, shame on me, right? I just kind of read it all in one.
That's quite all right. So how are you all doing this evening? Huh? You know, how did you like the snow today?
Chan.
You know, a late April snow, you know, of chemtrail snow. I'm sure you all liked it. It just decided to do that, right?
Stupid. We have a lot of questions.
Okay, I am so ready.
Next question is from Debbie Emmons.
Hi, Debbie. How you doing?
Okay, she says, this one's long. I've been put back on, let me see. This week, question brought up.
Read the question.
Okay,
read it.
I'm getting
Just
to the
read it.
question.
Just read it.
In the meantime, a question brought up by my sister when my little mischievous ghosty made my dog's chicken toy crow last week. Will smudging with sage calm my troublemaking friend down a bit, or have I just been lucky enough that the occasional smudge with the repeated stanza, let all evil beware, only good may enter here, has seemingly kept the mischief down to a dull roar while keeping the house feeling calm and welcoming?
If it works for you, if you want to keep doing that, you need to do something a little more permanent. There are ways. Sage is great. Smudging is great, but remember this, and I don't care what anyone tells you. They can come up with any kind of fancy story that they want to. The fact is that sage is temporal. It's a temporary bandage thing, like a grenade, boom, but once the smoke from the grenade goes away, pretty much so does the effect. And then it's up to you to keep the rest of your home negativity free, which is really difficult, but there are better ways. One of the things that you can get is you can do a combination of sandalwood, dragon's blood, rue, and copal. Or excuse me, lassa, benzoin.
Mm-hmm.
And it will create what is like a long-lasting psychic bomb, so to speak. It will actually get rid of those emanations, astral emanations, for quite some time. And the more that you do it, it's accumulatory. It's accumulative. So you need something that's going to accumulate. This is why, many places would use frankincense, because they knew that it was kind of temporal, but it does accumulate over time. Use frankincense and myrrh, use rue, and especially if you can find a live rue plant to keep in your home, that will keep astral emanations at bay. There are other things that you can do, like using vinegar and water, and you make a paste of it, put it in a small glass dish, not plastic, not wood, not tin, not sacred metal from Tibet, glass. And you just put it right up in the higher corner of your room, and it will cut your astral emanations way down. And you just have to keep nurturing it over time. But there are so many methods to doing something more permanent. You might get some, and I'm sure you've heard this before, you might get some blessed wood and keep it in your home. If you have a place where you keep a candle, a plain white candle that has been either blessed or charged, and you keep that plain white candle lit as long as you need to, like a novena. That helps cut down astral emanations. And over time, any candle that you light will take on the vibration of that candle that was blessed. You keep holy water in your home. You can, put some on the walls in a certain symbolic pattern, and then after a while, with the stipulation that any water that it touches becomes a holy water. You can put any water in that vessel, and it is changed to holy water, and then you can use that all the time. There's so many different methods of securing your home. Just realize this. And I hear lots of people talk about this time and time again, and they say, well, I smudged my home, and I smudged it 3 months ago. But guess what? The moment that smoke wore off, so did the effects, and they're wondering why that bad thing is still around. Well, there are several things that cause that. One, as I said, the sage is a very powerful element, but it goes away. And then you have to deal with all of the negativity that you may have picked up throughout the day, and all of the things that you allowed into your own vibration throughout the day that you're taking home with you. And actually, the only negativity that can get into your home, honestly, is the negativity that you allow in your home, or that you welcome into your home, or that you bring into your home. Why? Because you are the custodian of that home. And since you're the custodian of that home, your home energy reads it like, well, they brought it in here, so it must be okay. And that's just how it works. Energy in your home does what you care for it to do, what you want it to do. This is why when I tell people I've cleaned a place, I cleaned a home, and I tell them, listen, if you're going to have arguments, okay, that's great. People have arguments, no big deal, but at least don't carry it into your bedroom. Don't carry it into this room. Don't carry it into that room. Because if you do, it's going to stay there. And thinking about what your bedroom is used for, there are a lot of astral type entities that may be waiting around for that very moment that you decide to be super negative and just gobble up your energy, and all of a sudden, your whole room, your sanctum sanctorum, feels like hell. But it's you that caused that. It's you that allowed that, and that. And I have to say this to even couples, because I've heard people say, well, I do my best to keep my vibration very, very clean, but the person that I'm with is always negative. Well, somewhere in your life, you have got to find the guts to tell that person, look, if you're going to be negative, don't come in here. Go someplace else. Go sit out there until you are done being negative and your negativity doesn't exist. We don't need the negativity here in this home. I recently had to tell people, I said, look, I can see that there's a lot of really bad arguments that go on in here. And, it needs to, if you're asking me to clean this place, you're going to have to change. You can't have these arguments here, because all it does is feeds those negative energies that are there. And I don't care how many times you smudged. I don't care if you had the most powerful priest come over and bless your home and leave a nickel silver pattern thing that's charged with the sacred writings all over the place. That's not going to make much of a difference, because you're the one that's going to break the energy. You and the person that you're dealing with are going to break that energy. Somewhere in your mind, you've got to reach this decision that says, okay, I have decided that I'm going to make my home, my domicile, pure. I've got to establish some rules, and those rules have to stay. Because as long as those rules stay, so then does my sanctity of this place that I am creating. If I've got to kick a person out because they refuse to see the light and refuse to honor my request not to argue in here, so be it. Because even if that person tries to argue and you wind up kicking them out because they are arguing, the place does not go bad. It doesn't go bad because you defended the energy there, and the energy that is there in existence will see that. This is the thing that people don't understand about energy. Energy is very, very sentient. It knows what you're doing. It can feel what you're doing. It breathes what you're doing. It hears, tastes, smells. It senses everything that you are doing. And sometimes long before you actually do it. It's like this really intuitive doggy that knows how you're feeling, you know, and will do certain things to help accommodate you or help reflect you. And sometimes the dog will, you know, turn against you because of the energy that you may be promoting.
No.
You know, shut up. Shut your mouth. Don't talk.
What? You had to go there.
I did that specifically to go there.
The dog.
Yeah. You know, you have to understand that energy is very, 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 very sentient. Okay. So you've got to protect your energy. You've got to protect your energy, and you've got to protect your environment. And you, just like you protect your own family. You protect your family, but you don't protect your energy. You know, and then you want someone to, or you say, well, I smudged. So you got to do a little more than smudge. Okay. And if you have an energy in your home that you have accepted as part of the family, you need to discipline that part of the family the same way as you would any other child in your family, and let them know that you are the custodian. These are your rules. And if they can't abide by these rules, then they need to leave. Remember, these entities that may be there in your home, and if they are entities and not energies necessarily, you have to establish your serenity, your custodianship of that home. That's half of it right there. The other half is to do those exercises that you know to do and understand and know that they are powerful. And you can find more methods. There are so many different methods. There are sacred objects that you could have in your home. There are so many different methods that you can learn. Now, for those of you that really want to learn the ways of psychic self-defense, I do teach. There are a lot of people out there that I've seen that teach energy protection, but they really don't. If you look at a person that can't protect their own energy, how are they going to teach you to protect your energy? You know, and you really have to take those things into consideration. And on the other end, remember this. If you have a sacred object in your home that is there for the sole purpose of protecting the energy of your home, don't let people touch it. Don't let people handle it. Because you know how we are. You know, oh, that's nice. You know, no, tell them no, don't touch that. And don't feel all offended don't feel all embarrassed or guilty or because they got offended by you telling them not to touch. You say, no one touches that. I mean, think about it. I've had people that would come over and they come to the baker and they say, oh my God, I want to touch your hair. And I say, no. Oh, I can't? No. Even my daughter doesn't venture out to touch my hair.
Only if we're having scoochies. Snowball time.
Goofy.
Scoochies.
Nobody knows what that means. We watched the movie the other day.
That one's for Steph.
Yeah. But, my wife we won't go there. But, I don't allow people to touch my hair. I tell them, would you go up and rub the mane of a lion that you didn't know? You just don't do certain things. I don't let certain people touch sacred objects to myself. In fact, you'd be hard pressed to see some of the objects that I wear or that I have. It's okay to be private with things. It's okay to hold value. I have my statues. I don't let people touch them. I have my swords. Oh, definitely don't touch my swords. There's certain things that you need to protect in your home. If your energy knows that, if the energy in your home knows that you're not going to protect it, how do you expect it to protect you? Remember, protect yourselves, but protect those things that are your energy. And then that will go a long way. Energy has this way of picking up when it knows you're going to protect it. because it will respond. It will protect you. And your own intuition will build, because energy will provide an environment in which you can grow. It's the most remarkable thing. Energy is self-sustaining, but it sustains you, and you sustain it. It becomes this neat little unit, you know. Hope that helps you out. Okay, what else have we got?
We have a shout out to Sherry. Sherry's on. Yay. Hi, Sherry.
Hello.
And Miyoko says hi. Hi. Guest _44 says hi.
Hello, guest _44.
We should do it like Space Ghost.
No.
Oh, come on. I like beans.
I like saying that.
I like beans. I love beans. La la la.
She's had an interesting couple of days off.
I laid outside in the sun when it was like 60 degrees, and now it's like 30, and that's not good.
Okay, what's the next question?
Sherry says, ha, Kazi. Thank you. Scrolling, Barbara Flag. She says, I'm a little concerned that I may have a spirit causing some issues with me. I have been to the doctor to treat some health issues, and they can't seem to find a solution. I also came home the other day, and my pellet stove had been pumping out pellets all day while I worked, and my house was 95 degrees. I'm very discouraged between my health issues and trying to stay positive with other issues around me. I will not be able to watch the show tonight, but she'll catch it later on TV. Thank you.
That's fine. Okay. Those particular things, you may actually have something in your home happening. The best thing for you to do is, wherever you are, have a paranormal investigator come in and see if they can find something. If they can't find something, then have someone that is a better paranormal investigator come over, but you always get a couple of opinions. Now, if you're local, you can give me a call after you've already tried the paranormal investigator, and if there is an actual entity or an energy there that is disturbing things, it kind of sounds like it is. That's one of the classic things. There's always something to do with, and I don't mean to alarm people, but many times there's something to do with fire. Ooh, she's got... I'd be more than willing to.
Sorry,
I'd be more than willing to remove it for you if you find something. Okay. And it can affect your health as well. These are things that are very, very important. Understand that your psychic energy, your etheric energy, your astral energy, all work to keep you healthy and sustained. And if there's something that is psychic, that is, or energetic, that is going on in your home, it will affect you eventually. Even if you're the strongest person, it still will affect you in some way. So if you detect something negative, it's best to have that removed. Okay. And like I said, you can always give us a call if you're local, and we can see what we can do about it. Oh, by the way, for those of you that do want to learn paranormal investigation, or those of you that actually want to learn psychic self-defense, I do teach classes. And as I always say, I don't teach for free. However, if you'd like to learn and you'd love to be able to help others and help yourself, just give me a call at area code 207-347-5686. And please be sure, if no one picks up the phone, to leave a message. If you do not leave a message, there's a really good chance you won't get a call back.
I won't call you back.
However, if you do leave a message, there's a really good chance you'll get a call back.
I will call you back.
Now, for those of you that would like to email, you can email us at www.unicorn-cove.com or www.asktheunicorn.com. And we'll get back to you as soon as possible and see if we can fix your problem. Now, paranormal investigators are not exorcists. You need to know the difference. A paranormal investigator will go in and investigate. That's what they do. That's, hence the term investigator, So they're not an exorcist. They're not an energy removal person, unless they do have someone that is capable of energy removal. Now, if you get a person that comes to your home that is supposed to be well-versed in energy removal and you find that they're very emotional, no, don't let them touch anything because they're wrong. No, no. A person that is an exorcist or a person that is a banisher of negative energy must not be emotional. Do you understand? They must not have emotional reactions. Do you understand? This needs to be really, really clear. In other words, I'll give you some things to look out for, okay? Just because I like doing this. One, every ghost out there, every spirit out there is not a little girl in pain, okay? Or a child in pain. Every spirit out there is not looking to go into the light, okay? Every spirit out there does not use profanity. And every spirit out there is not looking to give you a hard time. Okay? There are what we call cold spots, what they call cold spots. And those spots are actually, they're not really cold, they're just nothing. And oftentimes the absence of something can come off cooler than the rest of the environment. You get someone that talks to you about dead time, please tell them to get out of your house. There's no dead time. There is no dead time. Listen, no, there's no dead time. You cannot shut off all the electricity ever, anywhere. There's electricity running through the air. You are a being that runs off of electromagnetism. This is the truth, okay? No electricity, no life, that includes you. They don't just come out in the dark. You don't have to wait until the dead of night. 3 a.m. is not the devil's time. Remember, just down the road a bit, it is 2 a.m. at the time that it is 3 a.m. for you. Okay? We really need to remember these things. Okay? 3, when they come to your home, they must be entirely professional. They are there to do a job. They are not there to schmooze. They are not there to argue amongst themselves. They are not there to smoke. They are not there to drink. They are not there to do anything other than what they came there to do. Do you understand? Okay, this is the truth. Electronic things are great when people are looking for the evidence of something, and I know some very good teams that use their electronics correctly, okay? However, they do not need to depend on gadgets. There must always be a person who is intuitive there, that is capable of dealing with their intuitive nature without getting all freaked out. Okay? If you get someone in a team that is afraid at any moment in time, then it is up to you, the custodian of that home, to say, you're obviously not equipped to do this. Can you please refer me to someone that is better equipped? It's okay. You can do that. We that work in the paranormal investigation and exorcism field are like psychic police, okay? It is our job to go there and to see if there is a crime being committed and then remove that element of crime so that we can restore peace to the home. We will always leave you with instructions as of what to do to maintain the peace in the home. If there needs to be a general banishment of things, these are the steps. Investigate, make a summation, perform the banishment, perform the sealing, protect the home. Okay, those are the steps. Banishment, seal, protection, peace. Now, these are very clear steps. Your paranormal investigation should be entirely professional. If someone comes in wearing a house coat and shorts, please tell them to get out of your house because they're not respecting your energy. Okay? If they come in smoking, Please tell them to get out of your house because they're not respecting your energy, nor are they respecting your health or their health. If they come in drunk, please tell them to get out of your house and spread the word that this particular group has come in drunk or high, and that no one should hire them ever. Okay? Remember, you're dealing with a lot of forces that you may or may not understand. And those forces know that you don't understand when you don't. Sometimes they hide and wait for the investigator to go away. Sometimes they hide when someone will harbor them. Like we had a case where a woman left her home when we came over. And I told the gentleman, well, I can see who's harboring it. And we got a verification that she was harboring it. Please, when you invite a paranormal investigator over to make a summation of your home, clean your home, clean your house. Okay, don't leave it cluttered. Get the clutter out. Okay, so that they can perform. If they have a cleaner with them, they can perform the cleaning once the house is clean physically. Okay, that's just the way that it works. Another thing, if you have children, it's okay to have the children there. Just make sure that you keep them close enough to you and out of the way and explain to them what's actually happening. So I just thought I'd give you a few little tips. Understand that a paranormal investigation is like any other investigation. You know, sometimes they'll give you the heebie-jeebies, okay, but there's a reason to have the heebie-jeebies. And when there is that reason, is they'll call a person like myself or have someone that's like myself with them. So I hope that helps out. What have you got now?
We have a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm scrolling up. Natalia says in response that
Come on, Cassie.
I'm looking. She said, thanks. That's what I wanted to know. Laughing out loud. And then for asterisks, the word Reiki, I know what I'm doing works, whatever it should be called. You already taught me about this, so thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And so funny, I know what you really think of Reiki now. The label isn't important. I hear you, Baba. Peace.
Good.
Next question is from Vasu. She says, I made friends with a group of people who study the Bible. And if I meet them in a group, they really try to convince me that the only way to God is through the Bible and Jesus. I only know roughly about the Bible, but in your opinion, why or what does it mean that he is the only way? Is it a reference to his spirit or his name?
It's a reference to his name and using his name. Now, you have to understand that, unfortunately, religions have become like football teams. Everyone thinks that their religion is the best. So you'll say, you get a lot of Christians that say, there's only one way. There's only one way, and it's only through Jesus that you can get to heaven. You know, and someone else will say that, you know, there's only one way that you can get to heaven, and it's through God, or it's through, you know, Jehovah, it's through Allah, it's through Ahura Mazda, it's through whoever. You know, you'll always find someone that does that. But what many of the religions fail to do is to understand this. It was not God that started religion. It was man that started religion. We started religion as a way to control those that have a belief. You see, unfortunately, and I guess fortunately and unfortunately, we always strive to get closer to the highest power. Unfortunately, we understand that there are others that are striving to get to the higher power. And we, being in human form, have this innate need to get there first, or to get their best. You know, so you'll have people that say, "Yo, there's only one way." Like I remember attending Christian camp, and everyone would walk around, and I thought it was the most peculiar thing because I just couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to do it. They'd walk around and they'd see me and they go, "One way," and I go. And whenever I saw that, them doing that, the only thing I thought of was the sign that said one way.
That's what I was
you know, so everyone in their religion thinks that their way is the best. These are what I call football teams. Now, here's something that you need to realize. The Bible is a sacred book, just like any of the other sacred books. It has in it truths that and standards for us to live by. Now, if someone comes and tells you that the only way is their way, they're wrong. Period. God is a big God. The goddess is a big goddess. And they have laid many, many different paths. As a matter of fact, many of them told us to come out of the churches. So you can look at what is supposed to be the gospel or the truth of the words and realize that a lot of it was written by men who were told that they had to write these things or else. As far as I know, there's no reason for God to pick on me with all of God's infinite power. If God decided to make a rose petal your way into heaven, they could do that. If God decided that when people shoot all of these arrows at you, these arrows are transformed into rose petals and just fall on you and tell you to walk through them, and that is your way to heaven, that's the way that it can be. If God tells you that you can make the most wonderful cup of tea and that is your heaven, that's your way into heaven, it could be that. Just realize that there are thousands of different ways. No one way is the only way. If there was only one way, and this is the truth, look at this, really, look at this. If there was only one way into heaven, don't you think we would all be on that path? Don't you think that we would all look the same? Don't you think that we would all act the same? Don't you think that we would all walk the same? And there wouldn't even be the existence of anything other than that one way. But see, we have this commodity that is called free will, and it is exactly that, free will. But it's up to us to use that free will and not allow someone else to take that free will away from us by telling us that, okay, you can use your free will, but you have to use it this way. And only this way. No. Your God is wrong. See, because my God says that this is Jesus, and Jesus is the only way. But see, I got in trouble because I thought that Jesus and Krishna were brothers, and I thought that they had to do the same thing. Then there was Buddha, and then there was all these other people that had to be the same, and yes, including Muhammad. Okay, that all had to be the same types of people. They had to be. But it's what everybody else did with what it is that they were teaching that messed it up for all of us. You get a being that comes here and says that we are supposed to love all of us, everyone. He did not say that you have to love everyone, but you can only follow my way. That's not what he said. And then to come to find out later in my studies and my diligent studies that Jesus had female disciples that you will never hear of because nobody wanted you to hear of them, because one of the guys that they follow all of the teachings of hated women. You won't hear anything of those female disciples at all. The only one you knew of is Mary, and that's only because they could not destroy her. So what did they do? They called her a whore. They wanted to discredit her. Why? Because she was the closest to Jesus. Isn't that typical?
Jealous. Don't hate. There's always haters.
Always. You have to think about these things. You really have to give them some thought. Understand that there is sacredness in every single thing. If you look at all of the expressions of art and all of the expressions of these wonderful things that people do on a daily basis, and you're going to tell me that if they don't say Jesus in it, then that's wrong? No, I don't believe that at all. And you can't make me believe it, because I know that Jesus would have absolutely nothing to do with that kind of trash thinking. I do know Jesus, and I'm telling you that he would not approve of such a thing. To tell someone there's only one way into heaven. That's ridiculous. That's absurd. That is the stupidest thing ever. But you know how many people were held in contempt, ostracized, killed, destroyed because of that very same type of a thought? Millions, millions upon millions. And then to tell someone if they don't know Jesus, they're going to hell? Oh, that's not control, is it?
All right.
Threaten people with hell because they don't understand that if they took one more piece of a cookie, then they could go to hell. Huh.
I'm taking that cookie. If I want a cookie, I'm taking it.
You know, we live in a very interesting world. We live in a world that has great beauty in it, and someone is always trying to destroy that beauty. No matter how beautiful it is, how magnificent it is, they'll say, you know, you have all of these visions of angels and things. That could be the devil. You know, you have the ability to look into a person's mind and, oh, that's the devil. The Bible says, beware of soothsayers. Yeah. Ask someone if they even know what that term means. Well, they did a translation of it because it was convenient and said, fortune tellers, beware of fortune tellers.
That's because they're haters.
Yes. Beware of fortune tellers.
They should say beware of haters.
They should say beware of religion, is what it should say. You know, it's a really simple thing.
Bright and shiny.
Just simple love. Love people. Help them when they need help. Feed them when they're freaking hungry. Give them relief when they're in pain. Help turn them when they've lost their way. Be kind for kindness' sake. Restore hope where hope is lost. If someone has lost their faith, then damn it, you be faithful for them, so that they can see how it's done. Some people just don't know how to do it. Get rid of all of the slogans. Make a decision. Make a decision to love or not to love. It's your choice. It is indeed your choice to be or not to be.
Okay. Right.
Okay, what do you got for me next?
We're moving on. Because
hope that helps you out, Basu.
We have a question from Leanne. She says she's doing okay and she's surviving.
Good.
And she says, hold on. She feels like she's going in the wrong direction. She keeps going in the wrong direction. She says she got a job in fast food place to supplement the home care for now until she can go to school in September, but really didn't have a positive first day. So she's thinking it's the wrong avenue to be going down. She wants to know where should she focus her attention to be able to survive for the time being. And she's also looking into going into, she was told that therapeutic massage therapy is in greater demand than holistic. What are your thoughts? That's the field she's going for.
Okay. I think you can make anything work. However, if you'd like therapeutic massage, and go into that. I think it's a valid field. And nobody has a great experience with fast food.
I was a teenager and all my friends worked there. So
well, I was a teenager and all of my friends worked there too, but I still have a great experience. You know, there was that manager that, you know, I want you to mop this whole floor in 10 minutes. And the floor is like huge. And I want it spick and span, you know, so, you know, fast food work is, you know, those that work in fast food and they keep working in fast food, you know, they got a lot of heart. Good for you. But yeah, therapeutic massage is fine. Listen, having a hard day does not constitute going in the wrong direction. Having a hard day constitutes you're adapting to something, and you must adapt. You got a job. Be thankful for it. Make it work, at least for a little bit. Look, my teacher gave me one simple rule about finding a job or getting a job. You are there for one reason. You are not there to win friends and influence people. You are there to work. Therefore, you go in, you shut your mouth, you do your job, and then you leave. Period. You do whatever they ask you to do to the best of your ability within the confines of the description of your job. And then you leave. You come back the next day and you do the same thing. And you do it and you do it, and then you get your paycheck, and then you feel better about it, and then you keep doing it until which time you make a decision to leave. You see, a lot of people don't have a great day, but there are a lot of people that wish that they had that job at the fast food restaurant. You got a job at a fast food restaurant. Great. Here's the cool thing. At least you won't go hungry.
That's true. That is true.
So look for the good things. Look at the good things. What do you got for me next?
Question from Michelle. She says, hi there, Michelle here. Hi, Michelle. Was wondering about some energy shifts I think are going on with me. It gives me heart racing, upset stomach, sort of lost appetite, anxiety. I guess I'm feeling pretty good today, but it starts up out of nowhere. How can I relax?
I think I've given you, this is a Michelle Ayat, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I've given you several exercises to help you. You have your sand there, right? Use your sand, use the water exercise, use the very first thing that I gave you. I now exercise from my mind all evil thought, all jealousy, suspicion, and hate, and I am filled with the pure light of divine love. Use those things that I've given you. That's what they're exactly there for, to get you through these energy shifts. We're going to be going through quite a few of them. Remember, we're on our way to electing a crazy person to run this country. And there's like one of them that's actually sane. No, there's two of them that are actually sane. But one of them is vindictive and sane, and the other one is trying his best to be an honest person, you know. And then there's two mad people. You know, so you're going to experience a lot of things. People are torn. People are torn perhaps more than I've ever seen them torn through an election, and teamed with these different planetary alignments that are happening. That's really throwing people for a loop. Not only that, now that this whole chemtrail thing has been exposed, they are blatantly throwing poison into the air. Blatantly. Like they don't care anymore. You got people down in Michigan that are still not getting good water, for God's sake. And then you got a stupid company that's saying that humans don't have the right to water. You know
what?
Yeah, that's that Nestle guy. He doesn't think that just because, you know, we're humans, we have the right to water. Yes, we do. You do have the right to water. But you know, you've got it's really interesting too, because if you read that certain book in the Bible, it's like wars and rumors of wars, you know, and it's actually very, very valid. But it's causing a lot of people to go through what you're going through. Now, remember, you're an empath, and being an empath, like most empathic people, you guys are going to get it hardcore. You empath people, you're feeling it right here, you know. And this is what you have to brace yourself for. This is why I give you those physical disciplines. Remember, if you want to cut psychic emanations around you, you have to get more into your physicality. That means you're going to have to occupy your time doing things of a physical nature. You like to work out. Make your workouts work.
Yeah, feel the burn. Woo!
Yeah.
Do it.
And I don't mean Sanders. You know, get in there and do your thing, you know. Do the work. You need to do the work.
You should come up and work out with us sometime.
Oh, her?
Yeah.
She's a maniac.
She can keep up.
She's a maniac.
Doing the dance.
You know, so that's how you can deal with it. You have to get into your physicality. I think I told you that. Your physicality needs to rule. Okay? Go play basketball. You have that wonderful little princess of yours. Get out there and play with her. You know?
She has a son.
Oh, by
too.
the way, tell her I said hi and say hi to your son. I know that. But, you know, I'm partial to princesses. What can I say? You know, I have a princess. You are. You are.
No.
You're a princess.
I am the warring general
Whatever.
daughter.
You're Princess Pepe.
What? No, Stephanie is Princess Pepe.
No, that's Princess Pony. She's pretty Princess Pony.
What about?
And so is Jasmine. Jasmine is also pretty Princess Pony.
Yeah, but she'll gladly accept that title. What about Angie? Angie
Mannion is Princess
Eeyore.
Yeah, she's Princess Eeyore. You know, but yeah, get into your physicality. I hope that helps you out. That's the key. Okay, what do you got next?
She says, "Thank you, Z. I've been doing those exact things, but I wanted to double check."
Do it more, woman.
Say it.
Do it more.
Yeah, Michelle, you should go into competition.
Yeah, she's capable of that.
Sweet.
Okay, come on. What do you got?
Awesome genetics. Okay. I'm scrolling up, looking for a question from Koanthra. I am very sorry if I mispronounce words in regards to your question, but I will do my best. Here we go. What does the name Nithinil mean?
I don't know.
When I astral traveled back to the sanctuary, I spent 3 hours there with family, but I also had delivered a message and bring it back. But I lost the message, but I remembered the name. Seemed the whole trip for me to deliver was for me to deliver that message, but the name seems important. Another medium like me said when they felt the name, it felt like bells going off.
It just reminds me of something in Lord of the Rings or Skyrim. Nithinil? Wait. Nithinil or Niflheim? Nithinil.
Yes.
Oh, that's definitely Elvish.
Nithinil.
Yeah, that's Elvish.
Nithinil.
Yeah.
Nithinil.
Nithinil. That's Elvish. Elven. It's definitely Elven. Perhaps a place or a door. A door to a place. Wait, a kingdom, maybe. I'd have to listen to the whole thing for you to, at this,
Astral traveled.
Yeah, that's probably not a great thing to do. I think I've discussed that with you.
Steph says, I think Kazi should be a pretty princess for once. Dude, I told you, when I tried to be a pretty princess, taking that picture, they kept telling me to smile and be more tender, and it didn't work.
She doesn't do tender.
He has this picture, and it's a horrible picture. I'm like,
it is not a horrible picture. It's a gorgeous picture. Shut up.
Yeah, because they're like, smile.
I can show them my other favorite picture.
Oh, that one's fine. My 15-year-old Polynesian Tahitian self in a little itty-bitty coconut bra because my itty-bittiness. There. Team no boobs.
Nope.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite pictures of you.
People say, David Mel says, Nithinil gives me dark, shadowy energy. Bad. Koanthra says, thank you.
Yeah, you need to stay out of the astral realm. Seriously.
And they also sent another word.
What?
Koanthra says, okay, I'm going to do my best here. I'm going to do it phonetically like it's Hawaiian or Spanish. Okay, here you go. Oko hana tehana abana detu. First, love, then truth.
Nice.
Did I pronounce that right? I did my best.
That's pretty good, actually.
And they said, my sire helped me back to the sanctuary.
Good. Stay in the sanctuary. Okay? Stay in the sanctuary for now.
Okay. I think we got all of the questions, and it is.
I thought you said there was a lot of questions.
That was a lot of questions.
That wasn't a lot of questions. You guys are like making things way too easy for me, okay?
That was a lot
Seriously.
of questions. It is after 8 o'clock.
So I'll take one more question. One more question from someone.
Yeah, how do I make my dog not schizo?
No. Your dog is nuts. Just, if anyone has any questions, please ask them now.
I'm sorry, I have another one from Angie.
Okay.
She says, I feel reunification with my children coming soon. What do you see in regards to this happening? This is Angie Chandler.
Yeah, I know it is.
Okay. Oh, and I have another question from Kanta.
I can only validate what you said. There'll be a unification. How that unification goes, we'll see. But just be patient, okay?
Hunter asks, once when I almost visited the sanctuary, my elder sister gave me the name Kashara. What does that mean?
I think I told you that already. Yeah.
Okay.
I did tell you, I did talk to you about that, and that is something that is more private. Which brings about a point. When you all ask your questions, there should be questions that everyone should gain from, that can gain from. When you're talking about your names and your spiritual names and things like that, that's a private affair. And I'd be happy to discuss that with you at another time. However, let's try to keep the questions on the show so that everyone could benefit from them. Thanks. Appreciate it.
And they said, oops, I forgot. You're right. And that is it.
That it?
What?
Okay, I'd like to thank you all for joining us on Ask the Unicorn this evening. As you can see, we're doing some building, so it's all constructed back here. And hopefully it'll be back to our pretty set next week. And we may even do costumes next week.
Oh,
so she'll dress as a pretty princess.
No chance in hell. Even then, I would take my chances in hell before I dressed up like a pretty princess.
Those are not things that you should say. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. I appreciate your presence, and please tell your friends about it. The more people that there are, the more questions I get, the greater time we all have, and the more that we learn. Now, I realize that you're all going through some things, and you've all had some interesting weeks. Just keep going. Just keep going. Let all of the negativity just bounce off of you, okay? Let people say what it is that they have to say. If people want to lure you into political conversations, tell them that you're going to get bananas or something. Just do anything that you can to stay on your positive way, okay? And understand that you all should just hang on. Better things are coming. So just hang in there. It's going to be fine, all right? So until next week,
Froyo.
Be peaceful, be loving, take care of each other. And I'll see you all next week on Ask the Unicorn.
And get some Froyo. I'll dress up for Froyo.
Whatever. No, you won't. You'll just eat the Froyo
and
then say
it like this big much.
Why? You only eat 2 spoons of it.
I don't care. I love Froyo.
Nope.
I'll eat it eventually.
Whatever.
Froyo, people. Froyo.
Okie dokie. I'll see you all next week. Unicorn out.